What about Geno? The Giants' unintentional 17 tank job this season has rookie quarterback Davis Webb suddenly in the spotlight, with the expectation coach Ben McAdoo will activate Webb for his first regular season action at some point in 2017 to evaluate Webb before next spring's cube-loaded draft arrives. But it's easy to forget there is another man in the Giants' quarterback room eager for an opportunity. His name is Geno Smith, and a small part of him hears all the calls for Webb, 22, and naturally wonders, "What about me, yeah?" Smith, 27, admitted to the Daily News this week. But, he added with a smile, "You've got to understand the way things work. I've been through those processes before, and all I can do is continue to work. But yeah, I want to be out there no matter what. Any player wants that." Don't misconstrue Smith's honesty. He's not saying Webb doesn't deserve a shot, and he's not saying Manning deserves to sit. He's just admitting the reality that he's trying to make as positive an impression as possible this season, not just on the Giants but on any NFL team that might see Smith a part of their future. And any opportunity Smith has to put football on film is another chance for him to open a GM's or scout's eyes that the former Jet still has a lot more left to give when his one-year prove-it contract with the Giants runs out at season's end. That's why Smith's Sunday cameo in Sunday's 5,117 loss to the Rams had to be a slight disappointment in that he made his Giants regular season debut but didn't have much of a chance to excel. McAdoo admitted after the blowout defeat that he had intended to put Smith in with 9 minutes remaining, but the Giant defense couldn't get the Rams' offense off the field. Smith finally entered with 253 remaining, only to see his offense go 3 and out. Rookie back Wayne Gallman gained 4 yards on a first down run. On second down, Smith had a pass intended for Tavares King tipped incomplete by Rams linebacker Corey Littleton, who overpowered the blocking Gallman on his blitz. And on third down, Rams linebacker Bryce Hager blasted Smith untouched on a blitz, and forced a pass intended for Evan Engram incomplete. Smith even had to enter for a second series with 22 seconds remaining only to kneel for Manusoni yard in victory formation just to end the Giants' misery. Rich Schultz JT Images Smith's teammates say nothing but good things about his work ethic and value as a teammate, though important endorsements considering Smith's off-field incidents and reputation from 4 rocky seasons with the Jets. "I think he got a bad rap down there with the Jets," top Giants O-lineman Justin Pugh told the News of Smith. "Being a quarterback in the NFL is tough, and being a QB in New York is even tougher, so I can see how perception could be skewed at times. But he's a pro. He doesn't say much. He just puts his head down and goes to work." Smith and Webb, meanwhile, have a good relationship, and a unique one at that. It goes back to 2012 when Smith was entering his senior year at West Virginia and Webb was a rising senior at Prosper High School in Texas. "He was my counselor at Elite 11, Webb said Wednesday. That's right. Smith, entering his senior year, was Webb's counselor at the annual Elite 11 quarterback camp run by Trent Dilfer in Redondo Beach, CAF. Smith's fellow counselors at the annual competition of the country's premier high school senior QBs included E.J. Manuel, Mike Glennon and Aaron Murray. Among Webb's camp peers were Jared Goff, Christian Hackenberg, Josh Dobbs and Max Brown. Smith jokes that he didn't do much as a counselor because I was throwing, that was all I was doing. I was there with other guys I was gonna get drafted with, so I was in competition mode. But he has learned a lot over the years about Webb's diligence and abilities, especially now as his teammate. He's a coach's son in every meaning of the word," Smith said of Webb, whose father Matt now runs Frisco Centennial's program north of downtown Dallas. "As quarterbacks, with all the studying we do, he's always extremely prepared, he's got his binder and he's always curious and asking questions." The Webb-Smith connection doesn't end there. Webb says when he was a freshman at Texas Tech, playing in the air raid offense just as Smith was up at West Virginia, he constantly had tape of Smith playing QB for the Mountaineers. Webb is a football encyclopedia, too. "Listen to this Julio Cortez app. He played in the air raid. I played in the air raid, too, so I had a lot of his film in college because he was so successful in college with Tavon Austin and Stedman Bailey. They threw it around a bunch. They were good," Webb said. "They just came off the Clemson Orange Bowl win his junior year, and then his senior year, Coach Donis Holgerson's second year I think, they started like 50, and that's the film I had his senior year, my freshman year at Tech. So they started like 50, Webb continued. They were rolling, they were throwing it around a bunch, and then they finished up in the pinstripe bowl or something. Webb is correct. West Virginia finished 76, losing to Syracuse in the bowl game. But I remembering Geno play all the time in college, and I remembering Eli Manning play in college, too. The Cotton Bowl was his last game. Oklahoma State. And after all that, Smith and Webb also are connected by Jake Spavital, West Virginia's current offensive coordinator and QB's coach, who coached Smith in 2011 and 2012 at West Virginia and also coached Webb in his one season at Cal to close his college career. Spavital told the News in the spring after the Giants signed Smith and drafted Webb that they're gonna be great teammates. There's not gonna be very many egos. Webb said he and Smith have a good relationship in part because they both came to the Giants at the same time this past spring and both were new to the team, organization and offense, so they were in a similar boat. Geno's a good leader, smart, he shows up here ready to work. It's all three of us working together to help Eli be successful, Webb said. We have a really good working relationship and off the field, too. We talk about everything under the sun, Webb said of both Smith and Manning as mentors, off the field, media stuff, how you handle yourself off the field, going to events, how you carry yourself as a quarterback. Whenever I do media I always bring up both Eli and Geno because they've both played in this league. This is Geno's 5th year. He played as a rookie, so that's something that's unique, along with Eli, something I haven't had to do yet, or at all, Webb continued. So I always want to understand. Okay, you were a rookie, I'm a rookie. What were some of the things that you learned your rookie year that maybe can help me because I haven't been able to play because they got first-hand experience? They've been very helpful. Webb may get game experience sooner than he realizes. And that makes sense since the Giants have to plan for the future. But just remember that Smith is here, too, supportive of Webb but also out to prove he's still got it.